As we step into the summer, I hope you've been blessed by our annual theme of growing in gospel gratitude. I pray that God's word has helped you to be filled with thankfulness for all that God has done and to hold on to the promises that we know that he will faithfully fulfill. Because it does not take long when we take our eyes off the Lord to be distracted by, or our hearts to be filled with worry, fear, or even anger over the issues that are swirling around us. It does not take long when we open the news before we run headfirst into an issue or an individual who's causing division within our nation, in our community, possibly even in our families, and even within our church. When we face this kind of divisiveness, the question we have to ask is whether we will respond based on our feelings and emotions, or will we choose to look to God's word as the authority and as sufficient for all of life and godliness. After teaching about the power and the beauty of the gospel, the Apostle Paul closed his letter to the Romans acknowledging this very issue as he warned us about those who are divisive, and he provides us with practical steps on how we are called to respond. I hope you'll join us this week in our summer series on handling criticism as we explore how to respond to a divisive person. Please take the time to read Romans chapter 16, starting at verse 17 through the end. And then you could also look at Proverbs chapter 16, verses 27 through 30, or even the letter of Titus, chapter 3, 10 and 11, as they help us to understand the divisive person and to see how we're called to respond. I pray that your time in God's Word will help us all to grow in gospel gratitude, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.